Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome to your match preview Chelsea versus Ipswich. I have to say, I'm a little bit worried about this fixture, man. I'm a little bit worried. When you look at our recent matches, our recent form, and what's online, what is on the table to achieve Champions League position, ladies and gentlemen, are up for grabs. Do we look like a club that is equipped, that is interested, that is showing the hunger to get into the Champions League positions? I just don't get that vibe. I just don't get that, feeling when I'm watching this team. Even against Spurs after the international break that we won, it was a lackluster win, man. It was ultimately, look, performance aside, we got the victory against Brentford. It didn't look like we were really trying our best to go for the win because of the starting lineup. I would have gone with the strongest lineup and see if we can get the victory. And then, of course, against Legia Warsaw in midweek in the Conference League, the first half was absolutely diabolical. Yes, we ended up winning the match 3-0, but you have to say it was lackluster. So moving into this fixture, I don't know, man. Ipswich, yes, it looks like at home there should be revenge on the card. They beat us last time 2-0 at their home ground. I think that's their only home victory, correct me if I'm wrong, this season. And since that victory, I think Ipswich only won once or something like that, something ridiculous stat. So when you look at all of that, you think, okay, Ipswich are coming to Stamford Bridge. This should be perfect opportunity for us to get revenge on them. Plus, we've got Champions League positions on the line. Plus, it's heating up, man. The whole Champions League fourth and fifth spot fight for those positions are really heating up. Manchester City, from being 2-0 down against Crystal Palace, um, look, I'm a little bit surprised with the scoreline. I'm not surprised about the comeback. Maybe they could have always come back to make it 2-2. But the fact that 2-0 down to win that match, I believe 5-2. Well, we did the watch along. Yes, it is 5-2. That's pretty incredible from Man City, showing that they are showing the fight. They're really showcasing that they've got the hunger. They want to get one of those Champions League positions. Aston Villa winning, ladies and gentlemen, as well, away from home against Southampton. Southampton are the whooping boys. And they've now gone ahead. I believe Chelsea right now are sixth. Yes, we've got the game against Ipswich coming up. And we could potentially be 1 point away from Nottingham Forest, who lost right at the end. Nottingham Forest showing a little bit of unsettledness at the moment, and we need to capitalize. And this is the thing: with everything that's going around us, can we capitalize? Have we been the team, the kind of team this season that's been able to capitalize on the scenario that's presented ahead of us, on others that are faulting? Nottingham Forest could seriously be in trouble. With our fixtures that are lined up after Ipswich, I'm honestly a bit worried where the wins are going to come from. We've got Everton, we've got Fulham. Everton, if you think that's a clear-cut victory for us, well, think again. Everton under David Moyes, they're different now. They're so different. Not because they play great football, it's just they're defensively so difficult to break down. And we found that out December. It was the match against Everton last December is when all of this rut started. Since then, our form's been pathetic. Our form has been pathetic since, mid-December, you'd say, or late December, since that match against Everton. So, ladies and gentlemen, look, I'm a little bit worried, man. Liam Delap, I think he might have. I just get this feeling he might show up and want to, really express himself, like as if he needs another audition. We know what Liam Delap did to us at their home ground. I just have this bad feeling at Stamford Bridge, he's going to try and steal the show. He's going to showcase to the rest of the world, all the Chelsea fans, Stamford Bridge, all the match-going fans. He wants to probably showcase why Chelsea need to buy him. My problem is, I don't know whether Liam Delap really would. I mean, Chelsea is the only destination that he's thinking about. I think there are other clubs that could be interested, and I think there are other clubs that he might be interested to go to, like Newcastle if they lose Isak. Man United are in the hunt as well. Who knows? Liverpool's name's been thrown around too. I don't know, man. If this guy really wants to turn it on, our defenders, I'm not always confident with our defenders. And this is the problem, man. This is the problem. Like, we should be moving into this game feeling, nah, you know what? We're going to take care of business. We're going to look at Ipswich and we're going to tear them apart. That's what the old Chelsea would do. The old Chelsea would look at this fixture and go, you know what? We'll handle business. We'll handle business. But this Chelsea, under this ownership for the past 3 seasons, it's got us worried. It's got us worried against Brentford last week. It's got us worried against Ipswich this weekend. This is the state of affairs with Chelsea Football Club now, where we're not confident moving into match days. You look at the team and you'd think, yeah, on paper it should be able to smoke Ipswich. So many talented footballers, but it's not the case. It's not the case, to the point where I'm pretty certain a lot of you guys will comment below that, you know, this is not a straightforward victory. Look, I still expect us to win. I do. I think we should have enough. We should, but it's not going to be a blowout. It's not going to be a blowout. What worries me is it's not like we're building up steam moving into this game. It's not like we're playing slowly and gradually. We're playing better and better week in, week out. After the international break, Spurs game was lackluster. Yes, we got the victory. Brentford game, lackluster again. Liga Warsaw in the Conference League, lackluster again. So it's not like we're really improving. So, and Ipswich, look, yeah, they look like they're going to be certainty to get relegated as well. But these teams in the Premier League, they don't just give up, man. They don't bend over backwards and just give up. Especially when they come up against big teams. You still call us big teams. For Ipswich, we're definitely a big team. And they want to show the rest of the world what they're capable of. Some of the players in Ipswich will probably use this match as a mechanism to find their next destination. If they perform well against Chelsea, maybe they'll get a good club, maybe they'll get a good contract, and this is a great opportunity for them to once again get one up on Chelsea. They did that, not that long ago. That run, oh my god! During that time frame, all of us were thinking we were going to do something this season, something extraordinary, and then we went through the run that we did. Everton, Fulham, Ipswich, wow. And here we are. We've not snapped away from that horrific run. I think we've got about 3 wins in the Premier League in the last 13 or 12, something ridiculous. So, look, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I hope Enzo Maresca doesn't, do any more experiment with the lineup. Play the strongest team. Nicholas Jackson didn't feature midweek against Liga Warsaw, so I expect him to start immediately. I expect Cole Palmer. He only played 45 minutes. I expect him to start. We need all of these players, especially Cole Palmer as well. I know a lot of you guys want him to be benched. He's still our most creative player, man. He's still the guy that can deliver something out of nothing. I know he hasn't done that in recent times. I get it. But I want the best team to play. I don't want to see Nkunku. I don't want to see probably Sancho either. Is there a shout for Tyreek George? I don't know, maybe. Midfield, Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez will be back. They've had a break. Brilliant. Reece James, can he start again? I'm not sure if he can back himself up after the match against Liga Warsaw. So maybe Malo Gusto plays there. Cucurella hasn't started for 2 games, so he needs to come back into the team. And I'm expecting, this is where we are at. Like, we're probably expecting goals from Cucurella. Crashing into the box in those half spaces. So important. So look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still predicting a win for Chelsea, but I'm a little bit worried about this fixture. Man. This is a fixture that could be a bit of a banana skin. And if we don't get 3 points this fixture, then it's looking peak for us. It's looking peak with the fixtures that are coming up. And we're going to have to start relying on others faltering. And at the moment, Man City, I don't know, man. They might have just found a new wind, new lease in life. Aston Villa as well. They look very strong. Newcastle, they got Man United and Crystal Palace at home at St. James's Park, 2 games. So you have to expect that they're going to leapfrog us and they're going to solidify their position as third. That'd be crazy. They're about to take over Nottingham Forest if they get 2 back-to-back victories at home, which very possible with the oppositions that are ahead of them for this match week. They've got 2 games this match week. So look, we have to capitalize. Have we been able to capitalize previously? No. Can this mob capitalize? Can Maresca drill it into them that, look, it's so vital that we capitalize this weekend? Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts. I'm still predicting a 2-1 narrow victory. I want the strongest team to play. Let me know your thoughts about this match. What would be your starting lineup? What is your score prediction? Are you worried about Ipswich? I am a tad bit. Liam Delap, and we didn't even mention Omari Hutchinson as well, someone who's probably looking to prove something. Comment below, smash up the like button if you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for the watch along, and there might be another video before the watch along because Strasbourg, as we speak, are actually doing madness. Strasbourg and Andre Santos, they're doing madness, and we might have to talk about that in a separate video. Let me just have a quick look. Let me just have a quick look at what the score is before we go. It's still 2-1 Strasbourg after being 1-0 down, and both of those assists are from Andre Santos. We'll talk about that in a separate video. Ladies and gentlemen, take care. See ya. Goodbye.